Today's story is about something that feels straight out of a dystopian novel. The White House, leaning on late-night comedy. Instead of ignoring the joke and moving on, Donald Trump's team has escalated its feud with Jimmy Kimmel into a full-blown political drama, one that now has major implications for free speech, the media, and corporate power in America. I want to start by showing you exactly what set this firestorm in motion.
So here we have a group of people that are unvetted, unaccountable, and who have never come before this committee, even though we've asked, even though we sent resolutions of inquiry. But because Elon Musk and President Trump have decided that they're going to operate outside of the Congress, and there's no moral backbone on this side of the aisle to say, no, we're a co-equal branch of government, and they should be here in front of us, and they should testify, so that if we're so concerned about getting to the truth and adhering to the numbers, then why aren't they here? Are they above the law? Is that the morality we're talking about? That we have a group of people that are above the law, who are excused from coming before Congress and having to testify upon the impact of over 300 million fellow Americans? That's the issue here. Don't go on about this stuff about facts and figures and then claim that we want morality when the very people that are making the decisions are not the United States Congress. It's the President of the United States and DOJ. And they were never accountable to anyone. They've never been vetted, and they've never been in front of this committee. That's the truth.
This is the key point. Decisions impacting hundreds of millions of Americans are being made without transparency, without accountability, and now that same mentality is spilling over into how the government deals with criticism from comedians. That brings us to what happened next. Jimmy Kimmel took direct aim at Trump on late-night television, mocking him and connecting Charlie Kirk's assassin to MAGA culture, a moment that enraged Trump supporters.
We had some news, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years.
He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
The monologue went viral, and it wasn't long before Trump's FCC chairman responded with a very thinly veiled threat aimed not just at Kimmel, but at Disney and ABC as a whole.
You know, when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. As you've indicated, there are, avenues here for the FCC. So there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit careful, because we could be called ultimately to be a judge on some of these claims that come up. But I don't think this is an isolated incident. I mean, you go back to Representative Swalwell, and he had a tweet out last week where he was saying that, emphasizing that Charlie Kirk's killer was a straight white male from a Republican family that voted for Donald Trump. In some quarters, there's a very concerted effort to try to lie to the American people about the nature, as you indicate, of one of the most significant, newsworthy public interest acts that we've seen in a long time. And what appears to be an action by Jimmy Kimmel to play into that narrative that this was somehow a MAGA or Republican motivated person. If that's what happened here with his conduct, that is really, really sick. And I've been very clear from the moment that I have become chairman of the FCC, I want to reinvigorate the public interest. And what people don't understand is that the broadcasters, and you've gotten this right, are entirely different than people that use other forms of communication. They have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. And we can get into some ways that we've been trying to reinvigorate the public interest and some changes that we've seen. But frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. these companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead.
And then came the corporate fallout, fast and brutal. ABC announced that Jimmy Kimmel Live would be taken off the air indefinitely, and Nexstar Media Group said their ABC affiliates would preempt the show until further notice. Let's be clear about what's happening. A late-night joke led to government threats, which led to a corporation pulling one of its biggest stars off the air. This is a dangerous precedent for free speech, no matter where you fall politically. Instead of proving their toughness, Trump's allies have made themselves look fragile, using government power to punish comedy. That should concern anyone who values the First Amendment. What do you think? Was ABC right to fold under pressure, or should they have stood by Kimmel and defended free expression? If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one.